Shalom. Now you're awake.
Shabbat Shalom. We say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. How about a key change, Paul? Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
That woke everybody up.
Isn't it wonderful
Alrighty.
to be out here in the amphitheater with our brand new audio-visual equipment, never been used before, and just working on getting it just right this
Getting the
this
balance
time.
down.
Great to see you all here in person, here in the Warsaw Family Amphitheater at Temple Bat Yahm in Newport Beach on this glorious day as we welcome Shabbat. It is also wonderful to see lots of people online joining us on Zoom, as well as many who are streaming on Facebook and elsewhere. Across time and space, we are all together welcoming this holy day of Shabbat. In particular, I want to welcome Owen Brew, who is celebrating his bar mitzvah and has brought a posse along with him. Raise your hand if you are here, especially with Owen and family.
Wow.
Fantastic. Mazel tov. Look at all that support and love you have, Owen. Mazel tov to the whole family. And we also tonight will be officially installing our new Board of Trustees and Leadership Council. If you have been involved in Board of Trustees or Leadership Council or are about to join those, raise your hand so we can see all those people here. Well, we've got a bunch of them and some online as well. And we will also be having visitors joining us representing the Mirage Institute. They're here with a program for entrepreneurs from Israel coming to the United States. We'll hear a little bit more about them later on. Maybe you saw some of the video as you were walking in on the big screen. I'm Rabbi Gersh Zilberman, along with Cantor Grant, and with the able accompaniment of Paul Zuhl. We are thrilled to be joining you for services tonight, and we're going to begin by welcoming Hannah, Nora, Suzanne, Alexia Brew, and Margaret Ofek for the blessing over the candles. Why don't you guys come up right now? The English reading is on page 121. Shabbat Shalom.
Come right here for the microphone. So these two English paragraphs, I'm going to read together right here. Just these two. 1, 2, 3.
As this Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our old day be among those who kindle light.
And let's welcome Shabbat is our beloved with the words of Lecha Dodi, which can be found on page 138. Lecha Dodi kat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi kat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'yiborecha.
לך, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם, לסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה.
לך דודי דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, תהי שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה,
תהי שבת נקבלה. Verse 5, התעוררי, תבעורי ומהורי, הורי שתעברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך ניכר.
לך דודי דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, תהי שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, תהי שבת נקבלה.
Ninth and concluding verse. Oh, ye
שלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, אוכל מולי עם סגולה. בואי חלב, בואי חלב. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, תהי שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, תהי שבת נקבלה. And on page 146, let's remain standing for the call to prayer, the Baruch Hu. And on page 152, we remain standing as we join together in proclaiming the oneness of God, the oneness of all being, the Shema, page 152. Page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Please be seated. And on page 157, let's read responsively the second reading on the page 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Adonai את יעקב וגלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. Page 161, let's join together at the top of the page. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkah shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Page 162.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. שבס. את השבת לדור תמיד עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדור תמיד עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדור תמיד. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה ואת הארץ
ושמרו עיני ישראל את השבת עשו את השבת
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו
עיני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת
לברית עולם.
Pray as if everything depended on God, but act as if everything depended on you. With that in mind, let's rise on page 164 for the Amidah.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hara, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Toivim ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chastei Avot ve'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיה הכל אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל, מחלקל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ברופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו על אישי אהבה, מי כמוך בעל ומדומה לך, מלך אנית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Amen. Please be seated. And let's continue with the prayer on the page, or the prayer of the heart, for some moments of silence and reflection, of gratitude, and of prayers for peace. on page 382, we turn our thoughts and prayers to those in need of healing of body, of mind, of spirit. Some are here in person or online joining us tonight. Some are recovering in hospital or home, awaiting surgery, awaiting diagnoses, undergoing treatment, suffering from mental illness, addiction, struggling with infertility. We think of them all, so we join together, page 382. Friends, when we think of our connection with the state of Israel, one of the brightest lights is Sheping Nachas, or in Hebrew, Nachat, from the fact that Israel outperforms any other country in terms of research and development in various areas that help improve our world, whether it be in agriculture, medicine, defense, cybersecurity. The list goes on. It's a source of pride as we think of the state of Israel and the Jewish people. And so with that pride in mind, I especially want to shout out and thank and welcome a group of talented people who are entrepreneurs all the way from Israel. Raise your hand if you're with the Mirage Institute joining us tonight. Maybe you want to stand up for us so we can all see you. These folks are in the Homeland Security and Cybersecurity sector, and the Mirage Institute has brought them here with its commitment to promoting trade as a vehicle to economic growth between Israel and the United States, accomplishing this through a number of innovative initiatives, including specialized leadership programs to help with marketing strategies to Israeli executives in the life sciences, security, military, IT areas, and more. These are highly effective approaches that help bring Israeli ideas and innovations to the world. This Homeland Security program targeted towards Israeli startup companies, including industries that help with traffic and arms control. It's interesting to think of traffic and arms control as related. border security, personal safety, cyber protection, law enforcement, training and equipment, air and environment safety and control, command and control systems, surveillance systems, protective equipment, military electronics, anti-terror systems, non-lethal weapons, fire control, energy storage systems, rangefinders, optical equipments, UAVs, UGVs, and related industries. Some of you may have noticed the video playing on the TV screen as you came in. That includes some of the incredible, it's really sci-fi type technology that we're all used to seeing on Star Trek and Star Wars. You can see that video and listen to all the stories of all the different innovations by clicking on the link that was in this week's email. Or you can go up to any one of these individuals at the end of the service and find out what incredible things they are doing to make Israel safer, the United States safer, and hopefully our world closer to peace in the long run. So welcome, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you for being here.
Kol hakavod lechem.
Kol hakavod.
Bruchim habayim.
You guys can take a seat. And we're now going to invite, let's see, Avraham ben Aharon, otherwise known as Owen Brew, to come up and lead us in the Kiddush, which can be found, for those who are following it, on page 123. Folks at home, grab your Kiddush wine or grape juice. And folks here, hopefully you received your cup of wine or grape juice as you came in. And with the congregation, please rise.
The seventh day is consecrated to the Lord our God. With wine, our symbol of joy, we celebrate this day in its holiness. We give thanks for all our blessings, for life and health, for work and rest, for home and love and friendship. On Shabbat, eternal sign of creation, we remember that we are created in the divine image. We therefore raise the cup in thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishana b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu Zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehila lamikra'ei kodesh zecher litzion mitzrayim kivanu bacharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen l'chaim.
Shkach. Mazel tov. Please be seated. Having welcomed leaders from the Mirage Institute from the state of Israel, we have the opportunity to welcome and acknowledge leaders here at home, our Temple Bat Yahm leadership, which is getting stronger and stronger with every year. It's quite incredible to see the caliber of leadership that takes the time out of all the things that they have to do in life beyond the temple to contribute their passion, their expertise, their devotion, their time to growing Jewish life here in Newport Beach and beyond, where really blessed to have the individuals that lead our congregation. And it really has become the door of a door from generation to generation, as some of the original leaders can look on with pride and see the younger folks taking over the reins with each passing year. So tonight is our annual board installation, and this is the transition point from our 21-22 board to our 22-23 board. And first of all, I want to acknowledge those who have served with distinction in our Board of Trustees and Leadership Council and who are completing their term on the board. And if you are here and you hear your name mentioned, I would like you to please rise. And if you're at home on Zoom, you can raise your hand so we can find you easily among the squares. And we want to thank these people. Robin Schulman, who was Youth Education Programs Trustee, Renee Della, who was Trustee at Large, Amir Kahana, Social Action Task Force, Jason Stern, who was the Treasurer, and perhaps the second best title of the congregation leadership is the person who is leaving being the immediate past president, and that is Kobe Sonnenschein. So please rise. It looks like Kobe might be the only one here of that mob. Thank you. Representing just years and years of leadership and time and devotion to our congregation. We're grateful for your leadership, and we pray and know that you've gained much from your service to this congregation, the one in which you grew up. May you continue to be deeply involved in Temple life, which I know you will be, and may your whole family go from strength to strength. Yesher koach, and a big thank you from all of us. And now we're going to call upon those who are participating as members of the Board of Trustees and Leadership Council for 22-23. And for the folks who are here on this list, I'd like you to come down to the bima when I call your name. Adrian is so excited that she was like ready, which says so much about how exciting the next couple of years are going to be for us all. Brand new to the board, we have Brad Pivar, who is co-chair of strategic planning. So if any of these people are here, come on down. Alex Chazen is coming in as secretary. Sarah Young is co-chair of Youth and Young Families Events Task Force. Jonathan Troussard is JCAL Parent Task Force. We have Jerry Friedman, who I saw online. He's waving to us. Religious Life and Policies Trustee, and Charlie Nightingale, Trustee at Large. Those are new to leadership positions, or at least returning. Continuing in their roles as in the previous year, I want to invite Leslie Salazar, continuing in adult programs as our trustee. Patty Seaburn, strategic planning co-trustee. Sandra Chakmak, our WTBY president. Steve Fink, parliamentarian. Rob Greenfield and Gwen Gluckman, say that 5 times fast. Adult Education Task Force. We have Jill Edwards on the Caring Committee Task Force, Sally Spiro, Clergy Relations, Leora Fogel-Keegan and Greg Shavitz, High Holy Day and Religious Life Task Force, Mark Brown, Interfaith Task Force, Debbie Margolis, Legacy and Endowment Task Force, Emily Leach, co-chair of Youth and Young Family Events in that task force. And continuing in leadership, but switching roles, I'd like to invite Ellen Phillips, who was Religious Life and Programs and now will head Social Action. Ellen Rash, moving from Youth Programming to ECE Task Force and Trustee at Large. Danielle King on the ECE Task Force, moving to Youth Education and Programs. Brian Brenner, who is in Japan, and I don't see him joining us, but he is moving from Trustee at Large to Membership Trustee. Andrew Robin, moving from Membership Trustee to Treasurer. Andy Levine, from Secretary to Second Vice President. Now we're getting to the big roles here. Matt Cabrera moving from the second vice president to the first vice president. Imagine if the state of Israel had the same kind of leadership continuity and stability that we had here at Temple Bat Yahm. Wow. David Eudes, who is moving from one position to perhaps the most exciting position in leadership, from president to immediate past president. David Eudes. And now it's time for Adrian Cohen, first vice president, moving to president. Before I pronounce words of blessing on this august group, this wonderful group of people, I just want to take a moment to thank David Eudes for his incredible leadership over the last couple of years. When he took the reins, he had no idea, just as none of us had any idea, that a pandemic was approaching and leadership of a synagogue was going to be turned on its head. And David has been an incredible thought partner and supporter and leader for all of us through this last couple of years, all while being a dad and a husband and a son-in-law and working incredibly hard, first online everywhere around the world and then back on planes everywhere around the world. But you have stayed true to your commitment to this congregation, and we're so thankful to you, as well as to Liz and Gabe and Blossom for sharing you with us. So a big round of applause for David. And just want to say a word about Adrian, whom I had the privilege of really getting to know on a trip to Israel a few years ago, along with Haley and Sarah, daughters who are, I think Sarah's here. And Haley is online somewhere. I'm not, is she waving? I'm not seeing her right now, but I'm sure she is there somewhere. And Adrian, your commitment to Temple Bat Yahm over the years has been incredible. When I first came here or returned to Temple Bat Yahm as, at that point, the associate rabbi, I remember being welcomed into your home to meet people and to get to know people. You are a hands-on, dedicated person who just has a huge heart, loving people and caring so much about people and this congregation. We're so pleased to have you in leadership, and we thank Sarah and Haley for sharing you with us, along with your sis and your parents, that I know you're so devoted to them. And talk about shipping nachas, lots of nachas. And by the way, she runs a whole business, incredible legal eagle, and somehow finds time for volunteering and helping us here at Temple Bat Yahm. So with a big round of applause for Adrian. And so we pray, Holy One of Blessing, bestow your blessings on these leaders who've been elected to serve our congregation, on Temple Bat Yahm's Board of Trustees and Leadership Council. Instill in them insight and understanding, perseverance as well as patience. Inspire them to work together in pursuit of our community's greatest aspirations, even as they watch over its daily needs. May their temple leadership not only secure the vibrancy of our congregation, but may their experience deepen their appreciation of and commitment to Jewish life, Jewish learning, and Jewish doing. Oh God, we're thankful for the dedication and giving spirit that bring these women and men before you, prepared to devote their energies to your service and to the benefit of us all. Grant success to their endeavors and help them to lead us in the pursuit of our sacred mission. Conclude with words that are in this week's Torah portion. Naso yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. Amen. May God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Amen. And may God bless you, our congregation, our people, and our world with shalom, with peace, wholeness, and contentment. And we say, Amen. And now Cantor's going to lead us as we join together in Shehecheyanu, thanking God for reaching this joyful moment.
אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה
Thank you so much. I'm going to invite the Board of Trustees and Leadership Council to head back to their seats, except our outgoing president and incoming president, who each have some words to share with us at this time.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you very much. So I'd like you all to know that since the year 2016, every incoming president has had to get certified in the Scott Siegel How to Give Announcements presentations class. That started with Patty Seaburn, Kobe Sonnenschein did that, myself did that, and I am happy to say that Adrian is now certified as well. Scott Siegel is one of our past presidents. It may seem that the president's role is only about coming to service and giving announcements. I can assure you that that's actually not the case. There are so many other things that the president actually does, and none of that happens without the great support of Leadership Council and the Board of Trustees. So again, I want to thank this past 2 years, Leadership Council and Board of Trustees, and a big mazel tov to the incoming Leadership Council and Board of Trustees as well. In 2018, one of our past presidents, Patty Seaburn, using one of her many talents, went off onto a project and curated and put together the greatest set of wisdom, knowledge, experiences, and guidance from every one of our past presidents at Temple Bat Yahm across its history. And I hold that book, if you will, of secrets and codes right here. It was entrusted to me 2 years ago by Kobe Sonnenschein. And I would now like to present this and entrust it to our now president, Adrian, to keep and hold and pass along on to future generations.
Does it have the Wi-Fi codes?
It might. Thank you so much. I'm going to try not to be too long, and I'm honestly fighting back tears looking at our amazing congregation and our amazing leadership. It is truly humbling to be here today, and I have been so blessed to have the guidance of David Udis. I only hope to bring even a small part of his calm and wisdom and elegance. I don't know how best to say it. He is a truly amazing man who I deeply admire, and I have been so grateful for his guidance, and I'm so grateful he's going to still be around. Unfortunately, David had to take over right before COVID, and as some of you may know, one of the benefits of being the president of the temple is that you get a parking place. It is a big benefit during the high holidays, and David did not get to enjoy that privilege because we were online for most of the time. So our amazing temple director, Mark Gollner, who couldn't be here tonight, but has arranged for David to have his very own past president reserved parking place, which will be put up in the parking lot so he can enjoy it during his whole term as past president, because he has absolutely earned it. And we so appreciate, that's just one. And then I have a little something for David just to thank him for his guidance and wisdom, and I know he's going to be there next couple years. I will sure need it. And I am just truly, again, humbled to be among
the most amazing people volunteering. Thank you all on the board and leadership council for agreeing to put your time into this temple. It's worth it. We have such an amazing community here. It is just a wonderful place to be, and I am so grateful, and it wouldn't be here if you all didn't show up. So thank you for showing up, and I'm gonna ask all of you, I don't know if any of you noticed, we have sign-up sheets out right outside as you're leaving. I know somebody signed up, but I'm gonna invite all of you. It is a minimal commitment to sign up for a committee, but our committee leaders need people on their committees. We're only going to have quarterly meetings, and we're not even going to have the first board meeting till July. So you have a ways to go before anyone will even contact you. But please think about at least expressing an interest, signing up for a committee. Now that we're here in person, we really want to encourage everyone to be involved at least a little bit. I think you're going to find it really satisfying, gratifying, and the old cliche, you get what you put into it, you get out of it. It is so true. And again, I'm so grateful. I want to give David just another little something to thank him for all of his service and encourage all of you to at least think of participating. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adrian and David. Adrian, don't forget your secret file. Yeah, we need a cybersecurity expert to make sure it's protected from prying eyes. I think we may have a few here tonight. Folks, as we draw to the conclusion of our service, we turn to page 586, and the Aleinu, Eric and Nord Brew, in honor of Owen's bar mitzvah, will come up, and would the congregation please rise?
עלינו לשבח חלום הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ולא וקרוב השמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגופי מרומים, ואלוהינו אין עוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני המלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Mazel tov, Shabbat Shalom.
Let's remain standing as we turn to page 598 for Kaddish Yatom. This Shabbat, we're in the Shiva mourning period for Angelita Galvin Freeman, Polly Sloan. This Shabbat, we're in the Shloshim mourning period, the 30 days since the passing of Stanley Horwich. We're observing the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the deaths of Candace Albert, Gertrude Barbaro, Irving H. Cohan, Sonia Crook, Irving Fisher, Jeanette Freshman, Rebecca Glass, Pearl Goldstone, Sidney Harris, Leonid Katkovnikov, Barnett Lichtman, Ralph Bernard Marins, Svi Mendelson, Blanche Oppenheimer, Morris, Bernard Ribbons, Catherine Brooke Ryan, Sylvia F. Schwartz, Miriam Snyder, and Sylvia Udis. We also remember those who've died from Sinat Chinam, acts of terror in Israel and here in the United States, as well as the millions who've died from COVID in America and around the world. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for an abiding blessing. Page 598. Yitgadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah. V'yama divrach, Yirateh, v'yamlich malchuteh. v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael v'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'olam alamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitada v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata l'amiran v'ama v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, and we say amen. Please be seated, all except Adrian, who gets double dip at the microphone with some words of welcome and some announcements.
In case you didn't have enough, I'm back. Shabbat Shalom to everybody, and thank you to our amazing clergy team, Rabbi Cantor and Paul for beautiful music, and everyone behind the scenes with all the tech stuff. Wouldn't happen without them. So thank you to everyone here. Owen Brew, fantastic. We're very excited for you. His bar mitzvah is tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. in the Sun and Shine Sanctuary. Also, of course, Yasher Koach to our outgoing and incoming board members, and welcome to our Mirage Institute people. We are very privileged and glad you are here tonight. We're excited to talk to you afterwards about what you all are doing. Connect with them, please. Ask them what they're doing. If you'd like to know more, you can visit the mirageinstitute.org and see a video that was playing again. Torah study tomorrow online only with Rabbi Zilberman at 9 a.m. Jewish Movie Night will be screening the film adaptation of Song of Names on Sunday, June 12th, beginning with a Polish dinner at 6 p.m. in the main hall for $18 only. So please RSVP on the website. It's going to be a terrific night. Next Wednesday, your last chance for adult ed until the school year starts. There will be a Hebrew Crash Course Part 2 at 6 p.m., followed by Live and Be Well with Dr. Jean Spiritus talking about the truth about sleep. So important to all of us. Both are in person in the annex. And finally, WTBY rounds out the rest of their programs with two exciting events. Game Day, Thursday, June 16th in the main hall, and Rosh Chodesh with Cantor Waltzman on Thursday, June 30th at 7 p.m. And the WTBY page on our website is there for all details and for RSVPs. And I'm going to say it again, and you're going to be sick of me saying it until high holidays. It is membership time. So keep an eye out for your membership renewals, and we welcome all of you and hope to have you continue being members. It's so important to our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Adrian. Shabbat Shalom. And you'll see challah is being handed out. We're going to do challah after our closing song. Because I want everyone to sing along. We want everyone to sing along. So please rise and be ready for the motzi following the closing song. And for the Mirage Institute people, if you can stick around so we can schmooze with you and ask you some questions, that'd be great. And then you guys have a dinner planned. It'll be just out that way in our Schuster family courtyard. So our closing song, 625, page 625, Adon Olam. And this is a real hit, I think.
Well, a real hit. Interesting. You said Uzi Hitman composed this. That is his name, Hitman, not Hitman. Hitman. He composed this, and it's become sung worldwide, but it was entered into the Hasidic Song Festival in Israel. So in honor of our guests from Israel, we'll bring you this Adon Olam by Uzi Hitman.
עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בארצו כל הזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי לא תקול לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר והוא ימר ותפאר אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו כל הזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי לא תקול לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר ותפארה והוא היה והוא עובר ותפארה והוא היה והוא עובר ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המוציא לחם מן הארץ בתאוות. Good Shabbos and stay
Good
safe.
Shabbos, everyone. Thank you, Paul.